When God closes every door in your life, when every opportunity you reached for slips through your fingers, when every path you try to walk suddenly becomes a wall, you think you are being rejected. You think you are being abandoned. You think the universe has turned its back on you. But I am telling you now, what you call rejection is my protection. What you call failure is my redirection. What you call closed doors are my mercy, keeping you from walking into assignments that would have destroyed the very destiny I placed inside you. You have been standing at closed doors, crying, begging, pleading for them to open. You have knocked until your knuckles bled. You have waited until your hope grew thin. You have prayed until your voice grew weak, and still the door remains shut. You wonder why I do not answer. You question whether I even hear you. You doubt whether I care. But let me reveal something to you that will shift everything. Every closed door you are staring at right now is not evidence of my absence. It is proof of my presence. It is not a sign that I have forgotten you. It is confirmation that I am actively involved in protecting the path I have ordained for you. Think about this. If I allowed every door you knocked on to open, you would have walked into destruction years ago. You would have married the wrong person. You would have taken the wrong job. You would have moved to the wrong city. You would have partnered with the wrong people. You would have signed contracts that would have enslaved you. You would have said yes to opportunities that looked like blessings but were actually traps designed to derail your destiny. I closed those doors not because you did not deserve them, but because they did not deserve you. Not because you were unqualified, but because they were unworthy of the calling I placed on your life. You see, not every door is meant to be opened. Not every opportunity is a blessing. Not every yes leads to purpose. Some doors look beautiful on the outside, but behind them is destruction. Some opportunities appear golden, but they carry poison. Some paths seem right, but they lead to emptiness. And because I love you, because I know the end from the beginning, because I see what you cannot see, I close what you think you need so I can open what you are truly ready for. I see you in ways you cannot see yourself. I see your future while you are still staring at your past. I see your potential while you are focused on your pain. I see the doors I am preparing to open while you are mourning the ones I closed. And from where I stand, from my eternal perspective, I can tell you with absolute certainty that every closed door was a divine intervention. It was my hand reaching into your timeline and altering the course of your story to align with the greater plan I wrote before you took your first breath. You have been praying, asking, begging me to open doors. But I have been answering by closing them. You thought my answer was no, but my answer was not yet. You thought I was silent, but I was speaking through every locked gate, every denied request, every failed attempt. I was saying, not this one, not now, not here. And still, you push, you knock harder, you beg louder, you try to force open what I deliberately shut. But listen carefully. When I close a door, no human hand can pry it open. And when I open one, no force of darkness can seal it shut. Do you know why I close doors before I open them? Because you must first learn to trust my timing before you can walk through my provision. You must learn to rest in my silence before you can handle my abundance. You must learn to stop chasing what looks good and start waiting for what is ordained. I close doors not to frustrate you, but to prepare you, not to punish you, but to position you, not to break you, but to build you into someone strong enough to carry the weight of the door I am preparing to open. Let me tell you what happens when you try to force open a door. I have closed. You enter a space where my blessing is not present. You step into an assignment where my favor does not rest. You walk into a season where my provision does not flow. And you will work harder, struggle longer, and suffer more, trying to sustain something I never ordained. That job you begged for, but I kept closing. If you had forced your way in, you would have been miserable. That relationship you cried over, but I kept blocking. If it had worked out, it would have broken you. That opportunity you chased, but I kept denying. If you had caught it, it would have consumed you. There are doors you have knocked on for years, doors you cried over, doors you lost sleep over. And every time I shut them tighter, you thought I was being cruel, but I was being kind, because behind those doors were traps disguised as opportunities, relationships that would have drained your peace, jobs that would have buried your calling, partnerships that would have stolen your vision, I saw what you could not see. I knew what you did not know. And in my love, I refused to let you enter places that were designed to destroy you. Some of you are angry with me right now. You have been faithful. You have been obedient. You have been patient. And yet I keep closing doors. But understand this. My closures are not punishments for the faithful. They are protections for the chosen. I close doors on those I am preparing for greater assignments. I remove options from those I am aligning with divine purpose. I strip away the familiar from those I am calling into the unfamiliar. And yes, it hurts. Yes, it is lonely. Yes, it feels like abandonment. But it is not. It is elevation in disguise. When I closed the door on that relationship, I was protecting your heart from someone who would have broken it. When I closed the door on that job, I was protecting your time from something that would have wasted it. When I closed the door on that opportunity, I was protecting your destiny from a detour that looked like progress, but would have led to regret. You wanted it so badly, but I loved you too much to give it to you. You begged for it, but I refused because I saw the end of that road, and it did not lead where you thought it would. I have watched you cry in the night, questioning why things did not work out. I have seen you wonder if you did something wrong, if you missed your moment, if you are being punished. And every time I wanted to whisper to your spirit, you are not being punished, you are being protected. You are not missing out. You are being prepared. You are not forgotten. You are being formed into the person who can handle what I am about to release. There is something you must understand about my timing. I do not operate on urgency. I operate on readiness. You see a closed door and think you are being delayed. But I see a soul that is not yet prepared for what lies beyond. You see rejection and think you are being overlooked. But I see character that still needs refining before I release responsibility. You see waiting and think you are being punished. But I see preparation, alignment, and divine setup happening in the invisible. Every door I close is not a no. It is a not yet. It is a not this. It is a not with them. It is a not in this season. And the reason you must trust my close is because I have already prepared the door I will open. But that door requires a different version of you. It requires more faith, more patience, more humility, more strength. And so I close what is familiar to force you to grow. I shut what is comfortable to push you into transformation. I remove what you depend on so you learn to depend only on me. Think about the people in my word who faced closed doors. Joseph had the door to freedom closed when he was thrown into prison, but that closed door was the pathway to the palace. Moses had the door to Egypt closed when he fled to the wilderness, but that closed door prepared him to deliver a nation. David had the door to the throne closed when Saul hunted him like an animal, but that closed door trained him to be a king who knew how to trust me in the dark. Every closed door in their lives was not rejection. It was redirection toward their ultimate purpose. You think you know what you need, but I know what you are ready for. You think you are being denied, but you are being developed. You think I am withholding, but I am withholding the wrong thing so I can release the right thing at the right time. And when that time comes, when you are truly ready, when your character matches your calling, when your faith matches your future, I will open a door so wide, so undeniable, so perfectly aligned with your purpose that you will look back and thank me for every door I refused to open before. Let me ask you this. How many times have you looked back at the closed door and realized later that it saved you? How many times did you cry over something I denied, only to discover years later that what I denied would have destroyed you? How many times did you beg me for something, only to thank me later for not giving it to you? That is the proof. That is the evidence. That is the testimony that my closures are not cruelty. They are compassion. My delays are not denials. They are divine design. I remember the door you begged me to open 5 years ago. You were convinced it was your destiny. You fasted, you prayed, you declared, you believed, and when it did not open, you were devastated. But if I had opened it, you would not be where you are today. You would have settled. You would have stopped growing. You would have missed the greater thing I had planned. So I closed it, and you hated me for it. But now looking back, you see why. Now you understand. Now you are grateful. Some of you have been standing in front of the same closed door for years. You keep knocking, you keep hoping, you keep believing it will open. But I am telling you now, let it go. Walk away. That door was never yours. It was a test. A test to see if you would trust my no as much as you celebrate my yes. A test to see if you would worship me in the waiting as much as you praise me in the breakthrough. A test to see if you would remain faithful even when I closed what you thought you needed. I close doors to test your obedience. Will you keep walking when I say stop? Will you keep chasing when I say rest? Will you keep forcing when I say surrender? The ones who pass this test are the ones I can trust with open doors, because they have learned that my closures are just as holy as my openings. They have learned that my silence is just as powerful as my voice. They have learned that my no is just as loving as my yes. And here is the mystery. When I close every door, I am not leaving you stranded. I am isolating you for instruction. I am removing distractions so you can hear me clearly. I am stripping away options so you stop looking outward and start looking upward. When every human opportunity disappears, when every plan falls apart, when every backup fails, that is when you finally stop trusting in your own ability and start trusting in my sovereignty. That is when you stop leaning on your own understanding and start leaning on my wisdom. That is when you stop seeking man's approval and start seeking my presence. I close doors to make space for intimacy. When you have too many options, you do not need me. When you have too many open paths, you do not seek my direction. When you have too many voices telling you what to do, you do not listen for mine. So I silence the noise, I remove the crowd, I shut the gates, and in that sacred isolation, in that holy stillness, in that uncomfortable silence, I begin to speak to your spirit in ways I could not speak before. This is the season where I am teaching you to discern my voice above every other sound. I am training you to recognize my leading even when it does not make sense. I am building in you a sensitivity to my spirit that will guide you for the rest of your life. And this training only happens in the hallway of closed doors. It only happens when you have nowhere else to turn. It only happens when every option is removed and I am all you have left. You must understand that closed doors are not the end of your story. They are the turning point. They are the chapter where everything shifts. They are the moment when my will becomes clearer than your own. They are the place where your faith is tested and your character is built. And those who endure this season, those who trust me even when every door is shut, those who worship me even in the hallway of waiting, they are the ones I prepare for assignments that require unshakable faith. I am closing doors in your life right now. Not because I am angry with you, not because I have forgotten you, not because you have done something wrong. I am closing doors because I am about to open one that requires you to be stronger, wiser, humbler, and more dependent on me than you have ever been. And you cannot walk through that door carrying the baggage of what I closed. You cannot step into your future dragging the disappointment of your past. You cannot enter the new season clinging to the old one. So let it go. Release what I closed. Stop mourning what I removed. Stop questioning what I denied. Stop trying to reopen what I sealed. Trust me. Trust my timing. Trust my vision. Trust my love. Because I am not closing doors to hurt you. I am closing them to heal you, to prepare you, to protect you, to position you. And when the right door opens, you will walk through it with clarity, confidence, and the character to sustain what I am about to release. Listen to what I am telling you. The door I am preparing to open for you cannot be accessed by networking. It cannot be reached by manipulation. It cannot be unlocked by begging or bargaining. It can only be opened by divine timing and divine favor. And when I open it, it will open suddenly. It will open supernaturally. It will open in a way that leaves no doubt that it was my hand and my hand alone that moved on your behalf. Some of you are in the hallway right now. Every door behind you is closed. Every door in front of you is locked. You are standing in the in-between, confused, frustrated, questioning. But I want you to know this. The hallway is not punishment. The hallway is preparation. It is where I strip away your dependencies. It is where I teach you to trust me without evidence. It is where I build your faith muscles so that when I open the door, you will have the strength to walk through it. And in this hallway, you will learn some of the most important lessons of your life. You will learn that my presence is more valuable than any opportunity. You will learn that my peace is more precious than any position. You will learn that my voice is more reliable than any human promise. You will learn that waiting on me is not wasted time. It is the most productive thing you can do, because while you are waiting, I am working. While you are resting, I am arranging. While you are trusting, I am aligning everything for your appointed moment. The whole way is where I separate the desperate from the dedicated. The desperate will try every door frantically. The dedicated will wait for my instruction. The desperate will knock on anything that looks promising. The dedicated will only move when I say move. The desperate will force their way through cracks. The dedicated will trust that when I open the door, it will swing wide with ease. And I am looking for the dedicated. I am looking for those who trust me enough to stand still when everything in them wants to run. Do not despise the closed doors. They are proof that I am guiding you. They are evidence that I am involved in your life. They are confirmation that I care enough to protect you from what would harm you. And every door I close with purpose. I close it to redirect you. I close it to refine you. I close it to remind you that I am in control, not you. I close it to keep you from settling for less than what I have prepared. I close it because I love you too much to let you wander into the wrong assignment. You see, some doors lead to comfort, but not to calling. Some doors lead to success, but not to significance. Some doors lead to applause, but not to anointing. And I did not create you for comfort. I created you for purpose. I did not call you to be successful in the eyes of men. I called you to be significant in the kingdom of heaven. I did not raise you for applause. I raised you for anointing. And the door that leads to your true destiny is not the one that everyone else is walking through. It is the one I have reserved specifically for you. That door will not open based on your qualifications. It will open based on my timing. It will not open because you are ready. It will open because I have prepared you. It will not open because you knocked. It will open because I called your name. And when that door opens, no force on earth will be able to close it. No enemy will be able to block it. No delay will be able to stop it. Because what I open with authority. And what I seal with finality. Right now, I am closing every wrong door so that when the right one opens, you will recognize it. You will not second guess it. You will not hesitate. You will walk through it with boldness, knowing that it was hand-selected by me for this exact season of your life. And everything you went through, every rejection you faced, every delay you endured, every closed door you cried over will suddenly make sense. You will see that it was all part of my design. You will understand that I was not withholding blessing. I was withholding the wrong blessing so I could give you the right one. There are people who walked through doors I closed for you, and now they are trapped in seasons they cannot escape. There are people who forced open what I sealed shut, and now they are struggling to sustain what was never meant for them. But you, because you trusted my closures, because you honored my timing, because you waited when everything in you wanted to rush, you will walk into a season of ease. You will walk into provision that flows. You will walk into opportunities that feel effortless because they are anointed. So stop forcing, stop striving, stop trying to open what I have closed. Instead, stand still, be patient, trust the process. And while you wait, use this time to seek me. Use this time to grow. Use this time to heal. Use this time to build your faith, because the door I am preparing to open will require a version of you that can handle it. And I am using these closed doors to create that version. I am developing in you a level of trust that does not waver when things do not make sense. I am building in you a level of patience that does not panic when the timeline stretches. I am cultivating in you a level of humility that gives me all the glory when the door finally opens. And when you walk through that door, you will not walk with arrogance. You will walk with gratitude. You will not walk with pride. You will walk with praise. You will not take the credit. You will give it all to me. When every door is closed, do not panic. Do not despair. Do not think you have been abandoned. Lift your eyes, look up, because while men close doors, I open heavens. While opportunities disappear, my provision appears. While plans fail, my purpose prevails. I am not limited by what is closed. I am the one who creates new paths where none existed. I am the one who makes rivers in deserts. I am the one who opens doors that no man can shut. I am the God who parted the Red Sea when there was no way forward. I am the God who brought water from a rock when there was no natural source. I am the God who multiplied bread when there was nothing in the basket. I am the God who raised the dead when all hope was gone. And if I can do all of that, do you not think I can open the door you need? Do you not think I can create an opportunity where none exists? Do you not think I can make a way when every path is blocked? So when every door closes, remember this: I am not done with you. I am just getting started. I am not punishing you. I am preparing you. I am not rejecting you. I am redirecting you. And the door I am about to open will be worth every closed one you had to walk away from. Trust me. Wait for me. Depend on me, because I am closing what would have harmed you so I can open what will heal you, elevate you, and fulfill the calling I placed on your life before you were even born. When I close every door, I do it with precision. I do it with love. I do it with purpose. And I do it knowing that the door I have prepared for you is far greater than any door you try to open on your own. So let go, surrender, trust, and watch what I do next. Because when I move, mountains shift. When I speak, chains break. And when I open your door, nothing and no one will be able to stand in your way. The door I am about to open will silence every voice that doubted you. It will shock every person who counted you out. It will prove to everyone who dismissed you that my hand has been on your life all along. And they will not be able to explain it. They will not be able to understand it. They will not be able to take credit for it. Because it will be so clearly my doing that all they will be able to do is stand back and watch in amazement. And when that door opens, when you step through it, when you begin to walk in the fullness of what I have prepared, you will look back at this season of closed doors and you will weep. Not tears of pain, but tears of gratitude, because you will finally understand that every closed door was a gift, every rejection was protection, every delay was preparation, and every moment you spent in the hallway was time I used to shape you into the person who could carry the weight of the open door. So do not lose heart. Do not give up. Do not stop believing. The closed doors are not the end. They are the beginning of something greater than you have ever imagined. And I am the God who opens what no man can close. I am the God who makes the impossible possible. I am the God who turns closed doors into open heavens. Trust me, I have not forgotten you. I have not abandoned you. I am right here working on your behalf, preparing the door that will change everything. And when it opens, you will know beyond all doubt that it was worth the wait. I want you to understand something that will transform how you see every closed door from this moment forward. The door I close today protects the door I will open tomorrow. If I allowed you to enter every space you desired, you would never arrive at your destination. You would be scattered across 1,000 different paths, exhausted, confused, and far from the place I ordained for you. So I close doors not to limit your options, but to focus your direction. Not to restrict your movement, but to guide your steps. Not to cage you, but to channel you toward the one door that holds your true purpose. And here is what many do not realize. The pain of the closed door is temporary, but the consequences of the wrong door are lasting. You may cry for a season over what I denied, but you would cry for a lifetime over what I allowed that was not meant for you. So I choose to let you feel the sting of disappointment now, rather than the devastation of misalignment later. I choose to close the door and bear your anger for a moment, rather than open it and watch you suffer for years. This is the depth of my love for you. I do not give you everything you want. I give you everything you need. I do not open every door you knock on. I open the one door that leads to life. And sometimes the greatest act of love I can show you is a closed door. It does not feel like love in the moment. It feels like rejection. It feels like loss. But one day, when you stand in the fullness of what I have prepared, you will look back and realize that every closed door was love in disguise. There is a door ahead of you that has your name written on it. Not metaphorically, literally. Before the foundation of the world, I designed a door specifically for you. And that door cannot be opened by anyone else. It cannot be accessed by anyone else. It was created for you and you alone. But to reach that door, I must close every other door that would lead you away from it. I must remove every distraction. I must eliminate every detour. I must shut down every counterfeit opportunity. And so the closed doors you are experiencing right now are not random. They are intentional. They are strategic. They are part of the divine GPS that is guiding you to the door that holds your destiny. Every closure is a course correction. Every rejection is a redirection. Every blocked path is a divine signal that you are getting closer to the door I have prepared. Do not waste your energy trying to reopen what I have closed. Do not spend your time wondering what could have been. Do not torture yourself with regret over what did not work out. Instead, lift your head, set your eyes forward, and start walking toward the door that is waiting for you. It is closer than you think, and every closed door you have walked away from has brought you one step closer to it. When that door opens, and it will open, you will step into a realm of favor you have never known. You will step into opportunities that exceed your qualifications. You will step into relationships that restore what was broken. You will step into provision that surpasses your needs. You will step into peace that defies your circumstances. And you will finally understand why I had to close everything else. Because nothing else could have prepared you for this. Nothing else could have positioned you for this. Nothing else could have sustained you through this. The closed doors were not punishment. They were preparation. They were not evidence of my absence. They were proof of my precision. They were not signs that you were on the wrong path. They were confirmation that you were being guided to the right one. And now, as you stand in the hallway of waiting, as you look at the doors behind you that are sealed, and the doors ahead that are still locked, I am telling you this, your door is coming, your moment is near, your breakthrough is at hand. So hold on. Do not let go of your faith. Do not surrender your hope. Do not abandon your trust in me, because I am the God who finishes what I start. I am the God who completes what I begin. I am the God who opens doors at the appointed time, and your appointed time is closer than you realize. The door I am preparing to open will not just change your situation, it will change your life. It will not just meet your needs, it will exceed your expectations. It will not just answer your prayers, it will surpass your wildest dreams. And when you walk through it, when you step into the fullness of what I have prepared, you will understand why every other door had to close. You will see why every rejection was necessary. You will realize why every delay was part of the design. And you will thank me not just for what I opened, but for what I closed. Because the closed doors saved you from a life of mediocrity, so I could give you a life of meaning. They saved you from temporary comfort, so I could give you eternal purpose. They saved you from counterfeit blessings, so I could give you the real thing. This is my promise to you. Every closed door is working in your favor. Every locked gate is protecting your future. Every blocked path is guiding you to your purpose. Trust me, trust my timing, trust my closures, because I am the God who closes doors with love and opens them with power. And when your door opens, heaven and earth will take notice. So stand firm, stay faithful, keep believing. Your door is coming, and it will be worth every closed one you had to walk away from.